Hello. Hi, it's me again. I'm making another one of these videos. I gotta talk quick because there's more hikers coming. Um, I'm on the Juan de Fuca Marine Trail in southern BC. This is my whole fit. A big bag. I Dutch braided my own hair because I'm a professional. I'm gonna grab it and we can walk while I talk. So it is currently 8:19 in the morning on August 11th, 2024. I'm doing this hike. It's a pretty well-established hike. Like, it's got boardwalks and stuff through it, and it's through like the old growth coastal rainforest in BC, which I've never really been in this type of habitat before. So very exciting. Sorry, let me zoom out a little bit here. Oh, did it work? No, I can't zoom out anymore. Guess you're stuck with me. But yeah, I've never been in this type of habitat before, and I had some time off work. I'm going to a concert in Vancouver, so I figured why not come and do this? I'm doing it alone because all my friends are busy / don't have a million friends. But I'm not worried about it. It's 4 days, 3 nights. So yeah, basically yesterday I flew into Vancouver, took the ferry across to Victoria, stayed in a hostel in Victoria, which, if you don't know, a hostel is like a hotel, but it's not specifically, but most of the time it's used by younger people. And instead of being like having your own hotel room or whatever, you have like a dorm room where you share with maybe like 6 or 7 other people. So I was in one of those, and people use them a lot while traveling. This is my first time staying in them, but in the future when I travel more, I intend to be staying in them lots. So yeah, it was really cool actually. It was only $50 for a night, and they had free breakfast, free dinner, and a free drink. So like that right there alone is $50. So it was pretty dope. But yeah, and then woke up at the hostel last night, and I just had to walk around the corner in downtown Vic to meet the shuttle. And then the shuttle drove me out here, and now I'm hiking. I'm just like, I don't know, 200 meters in. There's these orange things on the trees. Those are the trail markers. That's what I'm following. And yeah, I'm going through like, look at all these ferns. Look how the trees are so tall. Maybe I've just been in Alberta for a long time, but the trees are so tall. Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of hiking, just doing my thing. Yeah, and I'm gonna record it. My phone might die. My phone's probably gonna die, but I have a battery pack or whatever to charge it. That also might probably die, so we'll see. Either way, when I get back to the hostel, I charge my phone and do a little. Well, that's the end of the video. Yeah, so I'll be able to get I haven't even gone that far, and I can already freaking feel the strain on my hips. Oh. This trail is like right on the coast. Like, there's points where I'll be hiking along the beach and sleeping on the beach, and hopefully I'll see whales and dolphins. So yeah, there's a fire ban right now, which kind of really sucks, but c'est la vie, right? Oh yeah, just hiking. I don't know how heavy my bag is. At the airport it came in at 33 pounds, but since then I added 3 kilograms of water and a bunch of food too. So, oh, and a stove. So, I don't know, probably close to like 50 pounds. Maybe that's an exaggeration. I have no idea. Don't ask me. And I tell myself, oh, your bag will get lighter as you go. Not really. It's just gonna get lighter if I eat food. See, this is why it's fun to do camping trips with other people, especially hiking trips or canoe trips, because you can split up the stuff, right? Like between two people, you only need one tent, one stove, one pot. Like, you do need more food and more water, but still. So, really wish I had a friend. If any of my friends are watching this, next time I do a hike, you should come with me. Have better schedules. Quit your jobs. Oh. Yeah. It's a bouncy bridge. It bounces. See, yeah, I am one of those guys making these silly little videos that people are very rarely ever gonna watch, where I leave my camera and walk away from it, and I'm gonna have to walk back and get it. Stupid, but the shot is worth it. Look at that mud puddle. This trail is apparently really, really well known for being super muddy. Mud puddle. So I was kind of expecting like knee-deep mud, but I was talking to my friend who lives in Victoria, and apparently they haven't gotten rain in like a month or so now, so I actually don't think it'll be very muddy at all. But I have my gaiters in case it's muddy. If you don't know what gaiters are, they're little like almost like leg warmers, but oh, I almost just ate shit. Gaiters are like little leg warmers that you like tie and they go around your boot and like up your calf a little. And they're used to keep mud and stuff, because like hiking boots don't normally go up calf high. I'm not wearing thigh highs while hiking. So gaiters cover like from your ankle basically up to, there's a robin right here. Right up there, sorry. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right in front of the tree. But yeah, gaiters cover like your ankle to like your mid-calf or something, and stops you from getting, mostly mud is what I've used them for, but people also use them for snow. Like if you're doing alpine hikes or something and there's lots of snow, you can use gaiters to keep the snow out. And people use them for snakes too. If you're in like somewhere with poisonous snakes where there's lots of them, people get special gaiters that they put on. Look, the ocean's right here. put on, and they're like extra strong so snakes can't bite through them, so they can't bite you and kill you, which I think is funny. Look, the ocean's right there. It's really foggy, but, well, not really foggy, but this area, the interior coastal rainforest, is known for a lot of rain and a lot of fog and stuff. I don't think there's supposed to be much rain. Look how freaking tall that these trees are. Maybe I've been spending too much time in Alberta, but these trees look really tall to me. Look, there's whole stairs. Whoa! Oh my god! Look! I'm already at kilometer 2. I only have to go like 15k today or something. Right, there was a guy walking up this way. He had 2 cute wiener dogs with him. But yeah, this area is known for a lot of rain and stuff. That's like if you've seen the movies Twilight. That's why the vampires live in this area of the world, because there's no sunlight. But during the summer, there is sunlight normally, and right now, not really. If it stays this weather, like kind of gray clouds, but not rainy for the rest of the trip, I'll be fine. But yeah, in the winter, it's just cloudy and rainy. But I've never really been to this eco-region before. I've never seen like the coastal rainforest. I've never even really been to the west coast or spent much time around oceans. Like I've never even seen a tide go out or something. So I'm really excited about that for this trip, because parts of the trail are like along the beach, like this part we're coming into now, I think, where you just hike along the beach. Oh, that smells salty. And I'm excited about it. Sorry, I keep after turning you off because people are on the beach. Oh, there's so many people camping up here. Never mind, I'll record later. Okay, so still hiking. I passed kilometer 4 a while ago. There's mile markers, pretty snazzy. Got lots of these like built-in steps here. I saw some hikers. It hasn't been very muddy at all. But I saw some other hikers, and I asked them like, hey, like they were going the other way. So they started at the other end, so we crossed paths, and I asked them like, hey, does it get muddy? And they're like, oh yeah, she gets muddy. So, fingers crossed. I really like mud. Like obviously, if you're driving a vehicle, well, driving quad, you like mud. But if you're driving just a truck or something, or you're like in town or have places to be, mud sucks. But when you're like on a backpacking trip, like a backcountry backpacking trip or a canoe trip, and you like know that there's no, sorry, I thought I hurt someone. I don't want anyone to see me talking to myself because it's a little embarrassing. But when I'm on like backcountry trips and like I know I'm gonna get muddy and I know my feet are gonna get wet anyways, and at the end of the day I'll be able to rinse my boots off in a stream or something and go swimming, then I don't care. Then once you don't care, it becomes fun, you know? It's like, I don't know if any of you guys when you were kids did this, but my sister and I, we used to play in mud puddles as a kid. There was one on the farm back on like the back road that would be solid like 10 meters by 10 meters. It just mud. And my sister and I would get in there and we'd be throwing mud at each other, and some family friends would come with us too, and it was really good. We'd come back covered head to toe in mud. My mom would get the hose out and hose us down. But it's fun when you don't care about staying clean. So I'm excited for that part of the trail. This is apparently the most difficult part that I'm in right now. Look, the ocean's right there. Right there. You can't see the horizon, but there, that kind of bluey line, that's the US. And then up this way, if you follow this straight all the way out, it goes out to like the Pacific Ocean. I'll show you guys on the map later. But yeah, this is apparently the most difficult part. But it's not that bad so far. Knock on wood. Whoa! Look at this! A tree fell over. This, you see these all the time, especially outside. Like, I work outside, so I see these all the time. This is the biggest one I've ever seen. It's like, I'm like 15 feet away from it, and this is how big it looks. Wow, that's crazy. The trees here are something else. They're massive. A lot of them are Doug firs and western red cedars. I don't think it's the coastal redwoods or whatever. I don't think it's like those massive ones. But there's some pretty tall fucking trees in here. It's dope. Look at that. Look how tall that is. Sorry, I'm sweating a lot. But yeah, it's not that bad. This hike. So far. Knock on wood. Knock. So it follows the coast, right? The hike. But streams obviously go from upland down into the coast, and they kind of make these like gullies or like little valleys. So the reason that this part of the trail is challenging is because you have to cross the little creeks, but sometimes the little valleys are like deep. So basically you're walking and you get to the spot where you have to, oh, what is that? I think that's just, I think this is a slug, or maybe it's a turd. I'm gonna show you anyways. Look at that. Can you see it? I can't tell. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see her. What is it? I think it's a slug. Oh yeah, it's moving. It's a slug for sure. That's the biggest slug I've ever seen. Gnarly. I wonder if you could eat them. Yeah, so you have to like walk. You're walking along and you're kind of like up above the ocean, and then you have to go down into this valley and like switch back down into the valley because some are deeper than others. Cross the little creek or whatever, and then switch back up the other side out of the valley. And it's not very steep or anything. Some of them are steeper than others. But yeah, so right here it's a lot of up and down. Like up, down, up, down. But I think farther down, like the next 2 days or so, it kind of levels out more. And that's where we get into like the mud, because it's flatter, more standing water. Yeah. My bag. I do have bear spray with me. It's that yellow thing right there. Apparently there's a lot of bears here. Don't really want to get attacked by a bear, so I got my bear spray. Hello. This is Clayton after the trip. I just finished the hike. So at this point in the video, I stopped recording because my phone was about to die, and then I was like, oh, I'll just plug it into my portable charger that I had, because my phone didn't charge at the hostel overnight. So I only started the trip with like 25% or something, And then I was recording all these little videos that you've just seen up until now, and my phone was about to die. And then it was about lunchtime on the first day, and I was like, I'll plug my phone into the portable charger. Realized the portable charger is a USB-C plug-in and not a USB-A, so I didn't even have the right cord for it. So I couldn't use my portable charger, so my phone was just gonna die, and I was like, ah. And it only had 2% left, so I was like, I should really turn my phone off in case there's an emergency or something so I can try to call for help. So basically, at this point, I turned my phone off, and I didn't turn it back on until the last day, today, which is August 14th. So there's some clips coming up that I'm gonna show you from August 14th at the end of the hike where I turned my phone back on because I was like, oh, it's almost the end and there's some cool stuff here that I want to record, so it's no big deal. So now you can see that. I'm also going to go through and talk on a map about where I stayed each day and what each day was like. So you'll see that too to kind of get an idea, but basically there was a lot of stuff that I didn't get to record because my phone died. I'm sorry, but I think I'm still gonna post this video because I have enough video content for me to be able to remember the majority of the trip, I think. And that is why I make these videos, I think, is to help me better remember them in the future. So, yeah. Sorry about my battery dying, but you'll still get to see some of the trip, so pretty cool. This is the map of the trail. This whole thing is the southwest coast of Vancouver Island. So zoom in down here. First day, the shuttle dropped me off at China Beach. It's right there. Hiked along here. That suspension bridge was the first suspension bridge I crossed. That was the bouncy one. Mystic Beach, that's where I saw a bunch of people and the 2 wiener dogs. Bear Beach, here, that's where I stopped for lunch. That's where I realized I didn't have the phone charger. And the plan originally was to stay at Bear Beach the first night or something, but I was there at like 11:30, I think, and I didn't want to start the next day with the most difficult section. So I did the most difficult section, which had some pretty vicious ups and downs. And then I stayed at China Beach West for the first night. And right in between China Beach East and China Beach West, or Chin Beach East and Chin Beach West, sorry, there was a little section of trail that was along the beach that the tide cut off. So I only like barely squeaked through and almost had to stay on the other side, but made it through. My campsite for that night was really, really nice. It was right on the beach, and there were so many whales. Like, they were all coming up and blowing air out of their blowholes, and I could hear it all evening when I was making dinner and stuff. It was really, really, really nice. Okay, so this type of fern here is called a sword fern. Like this leaf is called a sword fern. I think because it looks like a sword. There's a plaque a while back that told you what species it is, but pretty cool, eh? It likes to grow in the undergrowth. It's been all along the trail here. Day 2, I left Chin Beach West. There was some pretty vicious ups and downs right first thing in the morning. And then right around the suspension bridge, that was a beautiful bridge. If you look at pictures of this trail online, it's like the suspension bridge. And then after that, there was a big up, like a big incline, and then it leveled off for a while. And then right here at Sombrio Point, it kind of like snaked down from the top of the big hill down to Sombrio Beach. And then I stayed at Sombrio Beach West night 2. There were some guys there who had they had posted up and they were camping there for like a week because there's road access to this beach. So they had like coolers and everything, and they had surfboards and they were surfing right there at that beach. It was really cool.
Yeah, that day I also walked back to Sombrio Beach East, and there was a waterfall that I went and looked at that was really cool. I went back and went to bed. 3, woke up at Sombrio Beach West, and then I hiked through right along the coast down to Payzant Creek campsite. Um, the day was pretty chill. Um, I honestly don't really remember much about it, but it was really cool. Um, Beautiful hiking. It wasn't that difficult at all. I guess it got a little bit muddier. The beginning of the trail where I started back here wasn't muddy at all. Closer to the end, it got muddier, but still nothing crazy. And then I got to Payzant Creek. I got in at like 3 o'clock, and the sun was shining. Um, the campsite was back in the trees, like at the top of a cliff, so it didn't really get right by the water. But there was still like a cliff that I went and stood on, and I watched some whales like swimming in circles in a little cove. This little cove, Providence Cove, for like half an hour. They were just going in happy little circles. It was so nice. While I was sitting in the sun, it was really nice. Went back to the campsite, which was just like a 2 minute walk away. And at Payzant Creek, there was this. It was so ethereal, so beautiful. The campsite was like you were walking, and then you crossed a river, and then you like snaked up beside the river. Um, and just below the bridge there was a waterfall, so the whole campsite was at the top of the waterfall, and there was one or two that like had a perfect view of the waterfall. Those were taken, but I climbed down to the base of the waterfall, and I had a shower in the waterfall. And let me tell you, that shower, one of the best things I think I've ever done or ever felt. It was amazing. It made the whole trip worth it. Like, if I didn't see any whales, if I didn't have fun, if nothing else, this shower waterfall made it worth it. It was breathtaking. So last day, wake up at Payzant Creek, and then I head down the trail. Um, it same thing, wasn't really too crazy. I walked on some like it was like rocky beach, I guess, lots of tide pools for like 3 or 4 kilometers, a long time. Um, and I thought I had lost the trail at one point, but I didn't. I got back on the trail pretty easily. Um, Botanical Beach was beautiful. Um, yeah, saw lots of stuff there. Hung out there for a little bit, and then I walked from Botanical Beach back down to Port Renfrew. I don't know where Port Renfrew is on this map, but somewhere around here. And I was celebrating when I got to Botanical Beach because like, oh, I'm at the end. And then I still had to walk all the way to Port Renfrew. I thought it was like 2 kilometers. It was like, it probably wasn't that long, but it felt like 8 kilometers. It was crazy, and I didn't know how long it was gonna be. And I was like, I had already celebrated. I was like, oh, I'm done the hike, but no. Then I still had this freaking walk to do, and it was brutal. There were like people, because people were parking at the beach to walk around, so I was walking down the road to get into Port Renfrew, and I was strongly considering trying to hitchhike into Port Renfrew because I was so over. I had like lost all motivation to do this. But it's okay, I got through. And then I got into Port Renfrew, had burger and some fries at a little pub thingy that was right there, and I hung out for a few hours and waited for the shuttle. And yeah, that was the trip. It was really nice. I'm proud of myself for doing it. It was beautiful to experience it.
Hello again, me from the end of the trip. So, you saw the parts of where I was talking on the map about where I was staying and how each day was in between where my phone was off. these next clips you're gonna see are when I finished the trip, when I got to the end, to Botanical Beach, and I turned to my phone to record some cool tide pools and stuff. So yeah, these next clips are from Botanical Beach. If you don't know, Botanical Beach is a beach, basically it's got like bedrock, but then on top of it there's sandstone, but the sandstone's been eroding, so there's a lot of really cool tide pools, which is these kind of like holes in the rock that when the tide comes in and they're underwater, but when the tide goes out they're like isolated pools. So some creatures live in them permanently, but other creatures get stuck in them. So like you see fish in them, sometimes you see octopus if you're lucky, sea urchins, sea anemones, starfish, a bunch of stuff like that. So yeah, these next clips are from Botanical Beach, from when I had finished my hike on day 4. The end of the hike, my phone, I thought died. It has like 2% battery left on the first day, and I thought I had a charger for it, but I didn't, because I didn't bring the right cord, because I was nice and gave the right cord away because I thought I had another cord, the whole debacle. But anyway, I'm here, I made it. Yeah, it was good. I'm probably gonna record my final thoughts later. But yeah, I'm looking at these tide pools right now. I've got a few hours until the shuttle picks me up, but someone told me I'm at Botanical Beach. It's the end of the hike, but there's a bunch of tide pools here, and in these tide pools there's a bunch of cool stuff. But someone told me that you can see octopus in them sometimes, so that's what I'm looking for. Octopus. I haven't seen any yet, but when I'm looking. Look, there's sea anemones, or sea urchins. Those are sea urchins. And over here, those are sea anemones. This is a tide pool, by the way. We're at Botanical Beach. Look at this massive anemone in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's also a little fish swimming around. Look down there on that rock. There's fish. These tide pools are so cool. Can you see that anemone? I don't know if you can see him very big. Well, he's massive and blue. He's so cool. Look, there's a pink sea urchin. So cool. There's a starfish! And a sea urchin, and also, I think there's a whale. You can hear them screaming about it. Oh, right there. Did you see him? Over there. Oh, there you go. There he goes again. You can't really see him on here. They look way closer in person. Maybe what, like, oh, he just brought up his tail. I don't know if you can see that very well. They're like 200 meters away, 300, pretty darn close. There's seals too. Right there, do you see them? Seals are maybe walruses. I don't know. Well, fairly confident they're seals. That over there, by the way, on the far shore, that's the US. I think it's Olympus State Park or something. Yeah, Seattle's over that way. Victoria is too. Hey, I've officially made it. I'm at the bus stop. I'm in Port Renfrew. I'm gonna set my bag down. Okay. Sorry. So heavy. overall the trail is pretty good. Definitely long. Well, not long. It was only like 50K. It was good. I saw lots of whales. I got to experience like a habitat that I hadn't really seen much of before. So it was good that way, but there were a lot of people. It was a busy trail, and I don't know. Normally in northern Ontario, like on canoe trips, there's just like one campsite where like one group stays, and they're fairly spread out, so you don't really see other people. But on this trail, you were supposed to you had to stay in specific campgrounds. You couldn't just stay anywhere, and you had to stay at. You were supposed to sleep on like these tent pads that they made. I didn't get any pictures of them because my phone died, but they were basically just like wood platforms made of the 2x6s, and sometimes they were really close together. So like, I don't know, last night I was right next to this family of 4 they were really sweet, but they had 2 young girls who were like between the ages of 6 and 8, I'd say, and they were loud. And I was like trying to relax my hammock, and then they were screaming and carrying on and singing gummy bear songs, and like I understand that they're kids and that's what kids do. They kind of were loud. But yeah, I don't know, it was a good trail. I wish I could have done it with someone else, but all my friends were busy. So, but I don't know, crossed off the bucket list, another one I've done. I've got 2 hours to kill still, until a little more than 2 hours, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Well, 2 hours and 24 minutes right now, actually, because the minute just turned, until my shuttle picked me up here, so I gotta hang out for a bit. If you guys, you probably haven't seen the fit for today yet. One second. Oh, okay. Oh man, this isn't gonna work. I don't know how to do a fit check. Oh god, I feel so old. Other Gen Zs would know how to do a fit check. I'm trying to prop you up right now on my backpack, and it's not working very well at all. Oh, I don't know. Oh, send me up. Oh, ooh. Okay, there we go. Okay. Fit check. I don't know. It's not working. Ooh, this might work. Ooh, yeah, that's working. Okay. Boom. We've got the Fjall Raven pants. Very expensive. Boom. Look, there's a rip in my butt. These super expensive pants that are meant for like outdoors. There was a car just watching me show my butt off to you. Very weird. But these super expensive pants, they were like $200 frickin', and they're meant for like outdoors. I bought them for work, and the butt frickin' ripped. I'm sitting on sharp rocks. Can you frickin' believe it? So I got a patch. The patch is holding up fine. Hiking boots from Mech. Got them on clearance when I was in high school. They're great. The shirt from Voyageur Wilderness Program in Anakogan, Northern Ontario. Love them. Represent. The buff from Army Cadets. Hair, French braids, maybe Dutch. I don't know. Whatever it is. And yeah, the belt. Belt's from Italy. Boom. I'm well traveled. That's the fit check for today. I'm gonna change the pants though to some cleaner pants because I've worn these ones every day of the hike and they're dirty and smelly. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm in the middle of town, so it would be kind of weird if I just took my pants off here. I don't know. Also, look at my friggin' beard. Oh, total 5 o'clock shadow. Joke's on you. I haven't shaved in like a week, so it's a week o'clock shadow. Oh! I almost dropped you. I'm sorry. But yeah, highlights of the trip. I saw a Steller's jay for the first time. If you don't know, a Steller's jay is a bird. They're in the corvid family. It's kind of like a blue jay, but they're black and like an iridescent blue. Super cool. Only live in British Columbia. I had heard of them a bunch, but I'd never seen them before. So saw a few of those, actually pretty cool. I saw a hummingbird. Normally in Canada we have the ruby-throated hummingbird, which is in most of Canada, but in the mountains and the coast there's 2 or 3 other species that only live here. So I saw one of those species. I don't know what species it was, but I saw a new species of hummingbird that I'd never seen before, and a bunch of whales. The only videos of whales I got for you was that little bit at Botanical Beach. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'll check what type of whale it was, and get back to you. But overall, pretty cool. My hips are sore. They're not actually, like, they're sore now because I was hiking today, but this morning before I put on my bag, they weren't very sore at all. And last night, once I got to camp and was around for a few hours, they weren't very sore at all either. So I don't think it'll be sore for too long. None of you probably know. I think I have bad hips, or like bad hip joints. Maybe it's because I was carrying canoes from too young of an age or something, or I've overdone it. Also at the gym a few months ago, I think I tore or strained hip muscle in my left hip. One of the ones that like I don't know, opens your hip or something. So my hips are bad. And I was trying to take it easy on my hips, but when you're hiking, it's basically all your hips and your knees, so it wasn't really good. Also, there's people around right now, and they're seeing me talking to my phone, and I look crazy, but it's worth it. But yeah, so overall it was good. It wasn't muddy at all, really. Those people I talked to who said mud was coming up, and the one guy even said that he got like 4 or 5 booters. I think he's crazy. Like, I didn't get a single booter. There were spots where I could have, but you can just walk around. Like, there wasn't. If you have a brain and 2 able feet, it's pretty difficult to get a booter unless you're trying to get a booter. So, I don't know. I didn't. I'm fine. But yeah, my bag, I think I heard it ripping a bunch on this trip. I think, and it's fraying pretty good. I think soon enough I'm gonna need a new big hiking backpack, which will cost a pretty penny, I'm sure. But this one's done me good. I've actually had this one for years, since I was in high school, actually. So, like, I don't know, I've probably had it for like 7 years now? 8? 7? I don't know. So yeah, overall it was a pretty good trail. I'd recommend it. I liked seeing the whales. It was also weird too, because like there were people around and you'd like see them. So like if you're going the same way, you'd see the same groups every night in the different campgrounds. So thank you for coming with me. I appreciate it. I'm sorry my phone died. I would have gotten so many cool pictures, so many whales. My tent set up, well, my tent's just my same green tent. If you've seen other videos of these, you know what tent I was using and stuff, but yeah.